Alright, today is May 15, 2022. It is a Sunday. Today I took this random college student data from Kaggle. I uploaded it here, so I'm going to right click copy path. I'm going to go to import, I'm going to write import pandas as PD, which is going to be the library that's going to help us read in this file here. So I'm going to do read CSV and then just paste the path in there and then new line and do data.head. Maybe put in 2 to see the first 2 rows of the data set. So the point is we're just going to plot the IQ and the GPA of these. Oh wow, this could actually be good for linear regression. Okay, maybe I should do a side note on that. Okay, we're gonna basically plot the histograms or the distributions of both of these columns. So I'll start from the beginning and I'll just do something real simple and I'll just plot them with using Seaborn. I haven't even imported it. So I'm gonna do import, if I could spell, import Seaborn as SNS, and then import Matplotlib.pyplot as PLT. Hopefully I didn't spell that wrong. And then over here, I'll just take the data and I'll plot the first column, which is CGPA. And then if I run that, it's going to give me the distribution of that column and basically that. And then I can do the same for the IQ, I believe that's what it's called, and you can see the 2 distributions now. What if I want to plot this in 2 different, what if I want to plot this in the same figure, like in the same graph, I guess. Well, these 2 are called graphs, but I want to plot them in the same figure. How do I do that? Well, I already have Matplotlib and Seaborn imported, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do plt.subplots, and I'm going to set n rows, so number of rows equal to 1, number of columns and columns equal to 2, and I'm going to set the fig size equal to, let's say, 10,4, so length of 10, width of 4. Width of 10, length of 4. It goes x, y. Sorry. And then if you run that, it's actually going to return to you a figure and then 2 axes. So a figure, which is the white box, right, was where the 2 graphs are, and the 2 axes is basically, axes is another word for graphs. So you see 2 graphs, and you obviously see there's only 1 row and there's 2 columns. So if I were to change it to 2 rows, it would give me 2 rows. Oops, okay, now it's like frozen. Okay, great, now it's actually frozen. What do you mean? Okay, can we cancel? Would you like restarting the runtime? No. Okay, see, so now we have 4 graphs, right? So we have 2 rows and 2 columns. But I'm gonna leave it as 1 because we only have 2 graphs to plot and I want them side by side. Alright, so what was I gonna say? I don't even know. So I'm gonna set these to their own variables. So I'm gonna do fig and I'm gonna set AX, actually I'm gonna set the first graph to be graph 1, and the second graph to be graph 2, and the outside parentheses are for syntax, but the inside parentheses represent a row, so anything you put in these inside parentheses are going to be in 1 row. So if I run that, you're going to get nothing because we haven't set anything, well, besides the figure. So I'm just going to go back up here and I'm just going to select this SNS hisplot. And then I'm just going to go here, and Seaborn luckily has a parameter AX, which stands for the graph. So all you have to do is set it to the graph that you want. If you, whatever variable you gave it here, if you want it to be the first graph, then I'll do first graph. And then it's going to show up here as a first graph, which is really cool. And then we just have to take SNS hisplot IQ, do the same thing, and just do AX is equal to graph 2. And plot that, and it should show up in the second graph. And then if we want to give it a title, instead of doing plt.title, which is sometimes what we're used to, we're going to do graph1 dot set title, and we're going to do distribution, or we'll do histogram, actually histogram, GPA, so just see GPA, actually we'll just do GPA, histogram. And then I'm going to copy this one, run that, and you'll see that it shows up at the over there. And then go over here to the second one when it wants to load. It froze. Okay, delete that, go here, and then just do IQ. It was a GPA or IQ first. Yeah, it's like that, right? Okay, and now you can see everything is pretty nice. Yeah, I mean, maybe the only thing I would change. No, I'll leave it like that. It's fine. Oh wait, what happened? Why is it not there? Oh, it's because I set it's supposed to be graph 2. Now it should pop up. Okay, and that is a figure. And let's say one misconception is, not one misconception, but something that might be hard is if you did, instead of Seaborn, and use plt.plot to plot something, like let's say like data GPA. AX is equal to, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so plot that, let's see. Whoa, let me do this here. Right, so that would be kind of the data. Let's say for some odd reason you want to plot it here, and you're like, okay, well then I'm just going to set AX equal to graph 3. Well, that's not going to work because, keep in mind, you would actually have to identify here, say graph 3, but it won't work because plt.plot doesn't have that parameter. So what you would have to do is you would have to set it equal to plt axes. So you would actually do graph 3. Now it's frozen. Great. Okay, hopefully now it's fine. So you would just simply, instead of doing plt.plot, you'll do graph 3.plot, and you'll plot that data CGPA, and we'll actually have to define graph 3 here. So actually I'm going to go ahead and just put a code up here, move it up. And then if we want another graph, then I'm assuming we want, let's say, 2 rows now. And in our other row, we want graph 3 there. So if we run that, we're now going to have a graph 3 here. And we'll just do graph 3. Oh my god, it's frozen again. Alright, so let's see. Okay, NumPy array has no attribute of plot. When did I ever in my life import NumPy? Let me know, because I would like to know. Graph 3. Would be here, so it would be right here. Should plot graph 3.plot. I did add it here, did I not? That would not make sense. Or would it be 3? And I'll just do 3 and then 1 row but 3 columns, and then instead I'll just do graph 2, graph 3, and end it like that. Why was that so hard? I don't understand. Okay, 12. Oh, I guess it's because I had a 4th thing and it didn't load. 12, 4. Yeah, so for whatever reason you want to plot this ugly graph, by all means go for it. Hold on, why is it like that? 15, 4. Okay, that's better. But the thing is, instead of doing plt.plot, you'll have to do graph 3.plot, and apparently you can't. I don't know why it didn't accept 2 rows. Maybe it's because I had 4 axes and I didn't have 4 here, so maybe that's why. I don't know, that's weird. But yeah, so you do the same thing for the title, and then just do graph 3, set title, and you'll do like, I don't even know what this is, a line graph? I don't know, man. Align graph. Now it's frozen again. Oh my god. Okay, there we go. Delete that, and then that's not how you is that how you spell graph? This is. No, it should be there. Okay, so that's pretty much all there is to it. Now, bye.